Hello, everybody, and welcome to today's webinar. My name is Nelly, and I am one of the template designers here at Flowcase, and I will be your host today. This is part 2 out of 2 regarding the template training of the new template editor. We had the first training just in 2 weeks ago, and this one was a bit more, gave a lighter introduction to what the template engine is. And today we will go a bit deeper on how you create your own templates. I should mention that the template editor is still in a little bit of a beta phase, and it will be evolved as we gain your feedback. And I also want to mention that even though this webinar is about you creating your own templates, me and the Tollef team, or the template team consisting of me and Tollef, are still at your service, available for template requests at template@flowcase.com. I should also mention that we'll leave 5 minutes at the end of this session for all your questions, both questions that you've had since the previous template training, but also questions that you gain during today's tutorial of template training. You can post these questions in the chat here, and we will go through them all at the end. You can also see that Pernille has sent the recording of the first webinar in case you missed that and want to check it out after this tutorial. So I'm just going to switch my screen share. Now, you should be seeing our UI here from the Flowcase website and a CV, which we will try to recreate today. This is a fictional company called Lemonade, and we have previously used their CV in the old system, and now we're going to do it in the new system. And I really hope that with this CV, I will manage to go through almost all the special parts that we have in our new template engine. But since time is a little limited, perhaps I will do just a few things differently in our tutorial. Okay, so I'll create a new template, word new, and we will call this so we get all these default information, which we are going to remove. And I will, for this template, I will import some styles, because you see here that Lemonade has been using this styles plane over here. And the way we do this is we'll click here, import styles from Word, and then I will go here and where I have some graphics and I have the Bendito CV. Add to template. So now if I add something such as the name, I can press here and straight away gather all the relevant paragraph and character information. Okay, but let's take it from the top. I'm going to select this layout block, and you see we have some default margins of 72 points. I do not want that. Instead, I want the left and the right to be set to 30 and 30. And I do not want to use this padding for now. Instead, I'll click here and I'll go to the header and the footer, which I want to be set to 20 and 20 points. I'm also going to use the full resolution on the images so that things such as Benito's beautiful face and this cool frame we have around him will export in the highest resolution. You can see here that Lemonade has a logo on the first page, and on the second page they do not. And on the second page they also have a footer. Therefore, we are going to click different header and footer for first page. Then you can see here the date formatting, and you can choose an ongoing label. That means that if you have, for instance, a project and it started in 2019, but it's still going on, you can add an ongoing label such as the word ongoing. Okay, so I also have this, I have our relevant graphics here in a little document, which I will import now, starting with the first page header. I'll click add new element, image, static image, because this is the Lemonade logo. And I'll just drag and drop it like this. Now I am going to change the size of this to 140, 100. And then we have all these image wrap settings. So if I just put it, the paragraph format to the right, it's not really as far as I would like it. Therefore, I'm going to switch the wrapping settings to fit, and then I will not have the text wrap to anything, and I will instead move it to the left 400 points. So it moves ever so slightly beyond the document margin. Then we also are going to fix our footer. The first page was not supposed to consist of anything. However, the second page should look like this here, with the Lemonade here, name of our consultant, and also the page number here. I will do that by adding a table consisting of 3 cells. I will hold down Shift and mark all of these and change the padding to 0. I will also add just 10 points of spacing above this table, and then I will go ahead and add some dynamic text. So we're going to start with static text, lemonade, and we are going to take the dynamic text, center this one, and it's going to be the name of our consultant. I'm going to copy this and paste it, make it right aligned. And here I'm going to search for page, current page number. Now I'm going to select all of these, and we are going to, oh, it seems like I did not import the font. I'll just take 1 second here to do that. Give me just a second. Unfortunately, I will not teach you how to do this because this is a little bit back end. Okay, there we go. Now we have the Poppins font, which is Lemonade's signature brand font. So I'm gonna select them all. It's going to be regular with an orange tone. and set to 9 points. Oh, we need another page for this to show. Okay, we'll probably see it once we get some more content and we'll enter our second page. Okay, so now we want to get this little orange border. Gonna press here, add an image, static image. And I am going to have this fit, none, and page. So this is its default, the image relates to the margins, but now I want it just at the very end. And we're going to change the size of it to there we go. Now I'm going to add a table. There's going to be 4 table cells. And these will all be 0. And we're going to add a profile picture this time. So we're pressing dynamic image and we're pressing profile. So this is going to be 170 and 170, and we're also going to set the table width to 225 and then 310. And then so this is the framework we're doing for this here. And we want a little bit of padding here so that if they have too many rows, it won't go all the way to the edge. And therefore, I'm pressing this one specifically, and I am giving it right padding of 15 points. Now we are going to start with the text. And you see here that if I do a little shift, you see that the name and all this content here is aligned to the bottom of the cool lemon shape. And this here, it does not allow page breaks, but this here, as you see, crawls down. So I'm going to press this cell here, and I'm going to align content to the bottom. Then I'm going to add paragraph, name, and I will apply a style not to the single character, but to the full paragraph. So it also inherits the spacing and paragraph settings. There we go, looks nice. Position, and this is going to be okay, and now I realize that the profile picture is not visible. Perhaps I put this one in front of the image. Now I'm placing it behind. There we go. There we have him. You see that this version is square and this one has this cool little lemon shape. We can do this a simple way of just making it circular. But we can also import a little PNG frame such as this one and place it on top. Since we are a little limited on time, I will not apply this one right now, but that's how it works. And if your company uses people CVs or people have images where some are a little bit wider in their format and other images are a bit taller, but you still want to have these cool circular frames, then I suggest that you go here to image fill mode and you press fill. Since Benito already had a square image, doesn't look very different, but it's a good tip to keep in mind. Okay, now we're gonna go ahead with this little thing here. We have these cool icons connected to his information. So I'm gonna go here and I'm gonna press table. I'm gonna make them 2 and I'm gonna change the column width 23, 310. Oh, and then I'm gonna press edit all cells and this is gonna be set to 0. And I will add a paragraph here with telephone. And of course, we want the normal style to apply here. And then I'm going to press image, static image. And we have the little phone icon, which I upload. Now it's a bit big, so it's going to be down to 15 points. And then it's a little bit off. I think it's because the default paragraph has some spacing, but if we remove that, we can add a little bit of spacing above, perhaps 6. Yeah, and it looks more nice. These things are stuff that takes a bit of time to tweak. But yeah, that's how it works. When I get this one perfect, then I would copy it and I would paste it. So I would have both these two. And then of course I would make the whole table conditional towards telephone. So if a person does not have a phone, the icon will not appear. Okay, going down to this cell right here. I have already showed you the dynamic texts, which for instance is this here about the employee. And I've also showed you static texts, which are all these headings that we always make also conditional towards the thing that comes below. But I'm thinking that I will actually jump right ahead to the key points here. So I show you how we align content in 2 different columns. And that is, let's just do this little header, key points. And we're going to do subheading. So now it's time for a repeatable table. And we're going to press key qualifications. And we press here. The default is set to 4 different table columns. I only want 2. So I go like this. And I press and adjust the width of them. And then I introduce my content, which is only the key point and nothing more. And of course, I'm going to apply the normal style. Oh. There we go. Looks just like in here. What's really cool about all the repeatable tables, but also the repeatable CV blocks, is that you can copy paste them. So if I want to switch content, let's say for instance languages, and I press here, I click here, and then I can change which CV field I would like to show. And I'll go to languages instead. And our system understands that it's probably the language name you would like to display. And there you have it. So I'm already going a little bit off our intended design here, but you get the points. Now I'm going to show you how to create these bullet points. So If we go for roles, you press repeatable CV block and it's highlighted roles. And you press here once more. And now you select bullet list and you press role name. And there we have them. We can tweak our material here. We'll go with Poppins regular 9, such as the rest of the template, but we can also tweak our bullet lists. There's an indent now of 18 points, which I do not want. I want 11 points. There we go. Okay. You see here that we're using two different columns and that there's also a page break here. So how that is made is, let's say we feel done with the first page here, then we press add new element, it's page break. Here we get our new layout block. I'm going to add the header, project experience continued. And then we want a continuous section break because we want to remain on the same page, but we want this to be 2 columns, however. Now, if I add repeatable CV block, project experience, and we're gonna go straight ahead with something that creates a lot of text. So it's gonna be project description, followed by, oh, maybe that's enough project description. You see how here, how it continues. But we need to add another section break too, so it understands that it needs to separate the content into different sections or do 2 different columns. I will just change the formatting here a little bit so you see it a little bit better, how it should look. And now it's all project description that follow after each other. If we click here, we can add a little spacing above, between, and below. I'm going to go with 15 points. Very nice. I also don't want paragraphs to break in the middle. So I will press keep paragraphs together. See if that makes any difference. There we go. You can also, if you have a heading and you don't want it to break just above the description, if we say, for instance, project name, set that to bold. If I press keep with next, you see what happened there to the risk advisory services stat. So that's a very nice setting. So we are running a little bit short of time. So the design is unfortunately not as beautiful as it is here in the original template, but I really thought I would like to show you how this field here is made. I will hide the grid line so you see the beauty of it a little bit more. So this is the skills, and we're going to enter this new layout block. Let's make it a new page. And we are going to press repeatable CV block, skill category. We're gonna put in the skill category name, set this to, or let's wait with setting that. I'll just make some space below it. So those are the categories. And now we're gonna press ratings block. And we can go with progress bar or shape. We're gonna go with progress bar right now. And it, of course, needs to be the skills with the skill name and the proficiency level to the right. There we go. It's a bit different from what we have right here, but we can tweak this. We have the active color, the orange, and we have the borders, which we also want to be in orange. I think we should make this 1.5 so they're a bit more visible. Then we can switch the height of the progress bars to 5. I think the width looks very good. You can also tweak the space in between the columns, the space in between the label and the rating. Um, we can also actually make a complete different type of rating, such as stars or dots. But we're going to go with the progress bar for now. And then, of course, we can tweak the texts as usual and make it into 9. And then, of course, this should be a little bit highlighted too. And there we go. Now we have skills with progress bars. And I think my time is up there for the tutorial at least. And it is time we go into questions. So, thank you for your time, me and the little cat. I'm very happy that you wanted to join us today. And if you have any questions, just write them here and let's go through them. And it can, of course, also be any kinds of questions from since last time we met. Mm. Where can you find the images and icons you use? So I actually designed these icons, some of them myself, such as the logo and the border. However, the email, the phone little icon I used, I actually logged into Canva, where there is a big, big library of icons. And once you're in there, you can just press an icon and you can add your own brand colors. So there's a lot of freedom in there, and I recommend that. And also, of course, if you get any questions further on or in the future, you can always email templates@flowcase.com, and we are very happy to help you regarding those. And we also plan to, in the future, build up a page with a little bit more demonstrative information regarding the template editor. Thank you to Pernilla. If there aren't if there aren't any other questions, then I will end this event now. And I thank you so much for your time today. And I hope you have fun with the template editor. And I'll see you on the chat. Goodbye.